What's up, YouTube? This is Big Fish here with another reaction video. First two things I want to say is I got my new black and gold Trump hat. Thing looks sexy. I saw him he had this when he was at a press conference down in California with Karen Bass, Gavin Newsom. I don't even know if he was there. He was probably in hiding. And the second thing, I think they want to add Trump to Mount Rushmore. I would not mind. From being impeached your first term till trying to get forced to be a felon for January 6th. When a cop wasn't killed, but some cops were harmed. We do not like our cops being harmed. We do support them. And becoming our 47th president, Agent 47 Hitman Trump. Hey, let's start the video. And you know who it is. It's The View. We never want this stuff to go out. We love The View. We love it. Trump begins mass deportations in U.S. Let's go.
Border czar Tom Homan has started.
I'm sorry I had to pause so fast, but I want to say she's dressing good, but look at, what is this? What is that? What is that? Get a bigger suit jacket. Come on. And these Black and Milds, you got to stop smoking Black and Milds.
Using ICE agents to conduct a nationwide
Is it
raid,
lipstick?
and the U.S. military to carry out mass deportations of undocumented citizens. Now, he told ABC News chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz that this is just the beginning. Take a look.
Is this what we will see every single day, ending in what the president has promised is millions and millions being deported?
Yes, but you can see the numbers steadily increase, the number of arrests nationwide as we open up the aperture.
The estimates of perhaps those who have been convicted or arrested in the past, 700,000 to over 1 million. So after you do that, then you go after everybody who is there illegally.
If you're in the country illegally, you're on the table.
The acting Homeland Security Secretary said in a statement, criminals will no longer be able to hide in America's schools and churches to avoid arrest. What criminals are hiding in schools?
How many MS-13 members are the age of 14 to 17? Many of them.
So, is this the immigration system fix that people had in
Does Whoopi have eyebrows? Answer in the comment section.
mind when they voted? Do you think?
Well, it's hard to tell at this table because no one voted for him. But I think if you were, I don't know yet. It's kind of, it's disturbing what we're seeing, and the headlines and all the coverage would make you think that there's this massive deportation. But by numbers, it contextually, President Obama still remains the deporter in chief. Even if Trump continues at this rate, he will not even hit what President Obama hit in 1 year with 400,000. But the point here is
the first day they did 2,800 plus. Oh, excuse me. No. That's in a week. They did 2,800 plus. So if they do that on the daily, that'd be about 300,000, 20. But that doesn't include the people that are self-deporting themselves as well. We can't count the people that are outside of the border who had to just already turn back. And they also found some of the kids that were missing from crossing the border. Let's continue.
is that it's meant to be a PR campaign. So it's meant to scare people. That's what they're doing right now. And when you look at these flights where they are deporting people back to their origin nation, we don't know who they are. And that's where I'd like to see more transparency. If indeed, right now, everyone on these flights is a violent criminal, I think we can all agree everyone thinks they should leave the country. We were saying that this morning. It's common sense. But what we're not getting is a breakdown of who these people are. On the first day of Trump's presidency, DHS, there was a press release, and they said that they had nabbed more than 300 illegal migrant criminals, including one attempted murder and one child molester. But
you think out of all those 300, only 2 of them committed crimes? I'll probably say 250 criminals, maybe 50 not, because they were just there with them. They're probably like friends that they met coming across the borders, or maybe just people they met when they got to the U.S. But we already know collateral damage, AOE, area of effect. If you're close by, we're not going to ignore you. If you didn't commit a crime, doesn't matter if you're illegal, that is the crime.
But what about the other 298? What was their crime? Because I think either you own the fact that these are all violent criminals and break down who these people are, what their crime was, and tell the American people, or tell us what they really are and let us have a healthy debate over the disagreement of how this is being carried out.
Because, I think the answer to your question would be is yes and no for the public. So 87% of Americans support deporting undocumented migrants who've committed crimes in this country. That's nearly a universal opinion that I think we stand by. 55% express some desire to see anyone who's here unlawfully leave. So that's a lot more split. What I'd say is this when we talk about this issue. Most nations on earth deal with the question of how to secure their border and how many migrants to take in. It's not uniquely American. It's not xenophobic to simply care about it. There's national security imperatives. There's economic imperatives. And what we're seeing now, what matters to me is how it's done, that it's done humanely and safely, and that we're prioritizing the people who shouldn't be here. So again, people who've committed offenses against people, but also I think that it's important that we contextualize it because to Sarah's point, in Obama's first term, 3 million people were deported. That's much slower than what Trump's on pace to do right now. And I'd finally say that
1 week. Of course, you can try to judge off there in 1 week, but it's only been 1 week. Let's see what happens in 100 days.
I think that America is supposed to be a shining city on a hill. I think that we're a place that welcomes migrants. We're stronger for it. But we should prioritize people like refugees. Right now, there's 1,600 Afghans who helped assist us in this war who are on pause under the Trump administration from coming in. Those are the people who need to come first, not economic migrants. We can't house everyone. We can't bring everyone here. But people who helped our country and are fleeing for their lives should always be able to have a place
Be protected,
here.
To answer your question, which is this the immigration fix?
We have to make sure we vet them because we already know sometimes there was terrorist attacks. They found terrorists in the U.S. because they weren't vetted. They were planning an attack on Trump, of course, during the run. So we can't just let people into the border. We have to vet them.
That this country wanted. I think absolutely there are certain people that wanted to see this kind of pain and destruction for a certain group or type of immigrant. Because if you look at the numbers, yes, the number of immigrants that come from Mexico or of Mexican born are the largest. But the next largest are Asians. 28% of them come. I don't think they walk across the southern border. I think they come by plane. The next largest are Europeans. I don't think they walk either. I'm just saying immigrants, right?
Oh, not undocumented though.
A lot of them are undocumented, actually.
But that's not the stat for being.
But a lot of them come by plane.
I like Alyssa so much. She be cooking. 1 second. We're back. Like I said, I like Alyssa so much. You at least have to have one objective person on here, and she is definitely that one. But Sonny, sometimes you just be talking out your butt. You really do be talking out your booty.
They overstay their visas. They overstay their visas. They overstay their visas, so they're undocumented. The Europeans that...
And honestly, Europeans, they got money. I went over to Europe. Everything's cheap over there. And they got essentially everything we have over here in America. Gucci, Louis. They got Target, Nike. They got pretty much virtually everything. The only thing different out there, like I said, is cheap and their food is much better. Europeans can afford to get their visa renewed if they truly needed to. Come on. She needs to stop with all that.
Come here that overstay their visas are undocumented, but they don't come across the southern border. So I think there's a very clear message as to what this president wants the look of a criminal migrant to look like, what an undocumented migrant. And I think that's racist.
Shut up. We don't care what you think is racist. We voted to get illegals out of here. Shut up, Sonny.
Let me also say
these people clapping. Stop.
that, in my view, he has circumvented established law by weaponizing the U.S. military.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Generally, before being deported, you have an assignment.
So the U.S. military can go fight in all these proxy wars. We could be stationed all over the world, but we can't protect our own grounds. Like, what are we talking about here? This is U.S. soil. And the Democrats let millions upon millions into the U.S. And we worried about the military assisting to get them the hell out of here? Man, Sonny.
Asylum case pending in front of a court, and you must appear in front of that judge. Right now, there are 3 million asylum cases and 900 judges. That is why the bipartisan bill that was going to be passed addressed that particular issue. Instead of dealing with it legally in that way, and I'm not saying he's doing it illegally, what he did was declared a national emergency that qualifies as a foreign invasion. And on the U.S.-Mexico border, not any other border. And that cleared the way for the Department of Defense to deploy the military at a 60% increase. I just think that our military members, many of them did not join the military to do that job. And let me...
They joined it to protect and serve. Protect and serve. What are you talking about?
Let me say just finally that they are also racially profiling in doing this. In Newark, New Jersey, a business venue on Thursday was raided, and among the citizens that they detained and questioned was a Puerto Rican man and a military vet. For the 50 million thousandth time, Puerto Ricans are Americans and disproportionately serve in the military. And so I say all of this to say that I am disappointed, disgusted, and saddened by what I'm seeing.
Can I make one?
Isn't her husband a felon? Wasn't he out here doing fraud? What? Look at this goofy ass smile.
Let me speak, please.
Let me get.
So, you asked the question, is this what people voted for? I've actually seen some video this weekend of Latinos who voted for Trump crying because now their abuelas and their tios are getting deported.
Right.
Why did she say some video? She should have said a video. She's trying to make it sound like she saw more than one video. A video, not some video. Come on now.
I'm having a very hard time mustering up any sympathy for those people.
Yeah.
And look, I'm an immigrant. I know the desperation that it takes to leave your country. Amongst immigrants in particular, there is no doubt that we want anybody who had the opportunity to come to this great country and committed a crime, we want them punished, we want them deported to the fullest extent of the law. But a lot of good, hardworking people who are in our schools, who are our colleagues, who own houses and businesses here, who are the parents of U.S. citizen children, are getting caught up in this. Because it's been reported that ICE offices all over the country have been given a quota. There is no way they meet that quota just with criminal aliens. And let me just say, I think that what he's done with the military, in addition to the legal aspects that may be involved, has a lot to do with a publicity stunt. The point is cruelty. The point is instilling fear. But it's also very costly. A charter DA.
Yeah, of course we're instilling fear. We're coming for that ass. Ain't nobody safe. Yeah, it's fear. Oh, yeah. And why would Trump need to cosplay? He's the president. Of course he's going to call in our military. He already doesn't want wars. His first term he didn't have any wars. And now everybody's bending the knee knowing better. You already saw what just happened to Colombia. Their president said, oh, heck nah. That's my bad, Trump. I sent my plane over. 50% tariffs? I don't want that. But
HS flight, it's been reported, is something like $8,500. A military C-130 is $816,000. So each one of those planes is costing us, so that he can have his picture and his photo op, 100 times more what a charter flight would be. And I have been saying for 2 months that people need to get prepared, because he said this was coming and he's living up to that.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
What it means is this is what we voted for. Look, we're gonna end it right here. I love The View. I never want the show to end. These ladies just give us so much content to eat. They're just talking out their butts. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Alright. This is Big Fish. Leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe. Thank you. Peace.